All right, guys, welcome back to another video. I know you already saw the title and you already know what we're gonna be talking about today. We got the AT2 from WOWGO, the Plus model, the brand new one they just released, and I have it right over here in this corner. Let's show it to you. This is how the box is gonna look when you receive it in the mail. It is gonna say WOWGO AT2 Plus, passion on the go on the outside. And right away, you're gonna see how this new skateboard looks. This is the new grip tape design. They did purple on the outside. They did some little cutouts for the grip tape. Super nice. They still have it nice and plushy, but we'll talk about it later. Let me get it more outside of the box so you can see the rest of it. And now let's come into the box and show you what you get. So I got the 2-in-1, so I got the cloud wheels. We got 4 of them. They also give you the bearings for the cloud wheels. They give you extra belts for both the AT and the cloud wheels. These are gonna be if you go to cloud wheels. This is the charger right here. It's pretty big. I didn't think it was gonna be this big, and it is kind of heavy. It feels like it's 2 pounds, maybe 3 pounds. It is a 3-amp charger. And then you have the other section of the cord right here. It's in 2 pieces. So let's get these little covers out of the way. If you do get the AT version with the air tires, they do give you a pump, which is very cool, so you can air them up. Definitely check your pressure before you ride this skateboard at all. Sliding over to this side, you'll see they give you some stickers. WOWGO always gives you some cool stickers. And then you got your owner's manual right here. This is good to look at if you're a beginner, if you just kind of want to know about the board a little bit. I use the owner's manual because I had to set the skateboard up in miles per hour. It was in kilometers per hour. So that really came in handy. I also got, this is the plug. This is going to be the plug for these things right in here. Let me get to them real quick. So these are some tail lights. If you order your skateboard now, if you're one of the first people to get them, they give you some tail lights, and there's brackets already on the skateboard that you probably saw in the little video we did. So these are pretty cool. They just thread on, and then you hit this button right in the middle and they turn on. So I'll show you real quick. There you go, and then you can turn them right off. They go off a motion, so as soon as you slow down, they start braking. Talk about more of that later. And then they give you a carrying handle, which is very nice. I love this thing. This is a very good upgrade, but you do have to be careful if you're riding to have this on there, because if you have to run off the board, you could trip over this, so be careful. And then they give you a remote. It's an OLED remote. Nothing special about it. It's real nice and slim. I like it. It's just easy to grab on the go and get on the skateboard. But don't lose it because they are about like $60 to replace. And then come over here, you got these. These are gonna be if you go to cloud wheels also. They give you tools. Obviously, you need these tools to adjust some stuff. This is something that I would definitely carry with you on the first couple rides because you are gonna wanna adjust your trucks because WOWGO does send their trucks out pretty loose. So just keep that in mind. So bring it on your first ride because going top speed, you might want to stiffen up your skateboard. And then the last thing they give you, I forgot to say, is a Type-C connector for the remote. So since the bracket is already on the skateboard, let's install these taillights real quick. All right, well that was easy to put those on. And you're gonna notice that the motors are red. When you guys get yours, these are just pre-production models to keep up with supply and stuff like that. But when you guys get yours, they're gonna be completely black, just like the original one. And you will notice it comes with a cage to protect the motors. You guys will be getting this when you guys order one. I think this is a very, very nice touch to the board. So now you don't have to worry about this skateboard hitting anything and breaking these motors and having to replace them. Here's underneath the board. Looks very, very similar to the AT2 original. Super nice. I like how they do this. It keeps the deck flexible. You got some foam underneath here too also to keep it insulated with water just in case you go over some puddles. And you do have double kingpin trucks front and back. So I'm more of a riding guy, so what I want to do is I want to go to my local park and go test it out over there. And we'll talk about the battery, we'll talk about how the deck feels, the wheels, the power, each mode, and let's go get on the skateboard and let's go do that right now. All right, so we're in this open parking lot that they are repaving right now, so I had to park over here. But we're gonna get into the park right now and get going. We're gonna go through these speed modes 1 through turbo. All right, we are in mode 1. Let's see how fast mode 1 goes. We're getting about 13, 14 miles per hour. Now let's bump it up to 2. We're on 2 now. We're doing about 19, 20 miles, right under 20 actually. It's 19 miles per hour. Let's bump it up to 3. Oh man, 3 gives you some power, baby. 3 is 26 miles per hour. All right guys, I'm in turbo mode. Let's see how fast this thing goes. Oh yeah, we're moving. Oh man, I hit 30 miles an hour pretty fast. I didn't hold it because I was coming up to a turn, but let's go, let's go, let's go. Oh yeah, 31 miles per hour, exactly what it says. Guarantee it. No bullshit here, 100%, 31 miles per hour. We're coming up a hill, no problems whatsoever with these new motors that they put on here. One thing I've noticed from the old AT2 to the new AT2 Plus is these motors are loud. They're a lot louder than the original one, but they are putting out a lot more power. They're putting out 2,100 watts each. Let's see how nice and comfortable it is coming up here, going over this wood. Oh man, that's nice. Super, super nice. So I have an X-Way Atlas and it has, you know, Amatic wheels on it, and it is nice and comfortable. It has foam grip tape, but this is a flexible deck. This thing is badass and comfortable. I could probably ride this a lot longer than I could my X-Way Atlas. WOWGO didn't opt to do a carbon fiber deck, which I was actually kind of surprised they didn't. It would save a lot of weight on this skateboard and probably up the range. But at the same time, carbon fiber decks are very stiff, and they wanted to keep their boards real nice and comfortable. Curving, carving, all that kind of stuff. They wanted it to be very nice for people to ride on the daily instead of being really rough on your legs and your feet. All right, so right now I'm holding a solid 20 miles an hour. I don't feel any shake or wobble. I will say that the trucks are a little tiny bit too loose when you start getting to about 27, 28 miles per hour. So I'm gonna pull over here real quick and tighten them, and we'll talk more about the specs. I think once we tighten these trucks, they'll be a little tiny bit better for me. And keep in mind that these are double kingpin trucks, but you cannot tighten this other one right here. You're gonna have to get a 15 millimeter to 1/2 inch drive just to get that one. So I tightened that one earlier before I left, but I almost maxed these things out, if I'm being honest. That's just type of riding I like to do. I like to go fast. Now that we tighten those trucks, it should be a lot better, but I want to show you the flex of this deck really quick. So much flex to this thing compared to a carbon fiber deck. I will say that these are hands down the most comfortable skateboards to ride if you want comfort over lightweight. I could ride this thing, like I said, all day long. All right, so let's come in here and get a better look at this skateboard. And I want to let you guys know that this grip tape that they put on here does have foam to it, so that definitely helps with absorbing some of the vibrations and whatnot. It's the same type of foam, same thickness as the last AT2 I talked about. It's so much more comfortable with that. Come under here, you got the same looking type of battery pack. It might be slightly longer. I don't have the original one anymore to measure how far these battery packs come down, but they're still cut like the other one, so it works for the extra flex that the deck is gonna have because it's gonna be moving around. Your charge port is right over here, and to turn the skateboard on when it's disconnected, the button is on this side. I did show you that it does come with a handle, so if you were to pick it up, the handle is obviously going to be right up here, but keep in mind that if you bend it too far back, you will scrape these motors on the ground. Not when you have these on, but when you have the cloud wheels on, you will scrape the bottom of these motors. So keep in mind, if you do switch to cloud wheels, you will be scraping holding it with the handle. I really like these wheels. The wheel design is pretty nice. I'm curious to know how heavy they are though. The max PSI that you can air these up to is 35 PSI. The way I'm riding right now, I think it's 25, 26 PSI. I didn't want to go super high just because I want more grip. I'd rather have less range. I'm not trying to go super far today. Very nice, subtle look, and it's very, very high off the ground. And I forgot to tell you when we were talking about the power of this motor, WOWGO moved to 5330 175 kV motors. That's why they're so big on this skateboard. They look massive. And I just felt them right now, and they are burning up, and we've been sitting for probably the last 3 minutes. I mean, these things are hot. So hopefully you guys don't have any issues with that. All right, so check it out, guys. I went ahead and installed some shred lights and the handle that the skateboard comes with. And after we tighten those trucks, this is the first time riding it after that, and it still turns way, way too easy. I feel like the bushings need to just be more stiffer, which I want to explain right now what I'm talking about. All right, so basically this is what happened. WOWGO listened to all the people that got the skateboards beforehand. These are all prototypes. We told them that it'd be cool to have AT2 Plus on here instead of AT2 because that kind of represents the old AT2. So having the Plus next to the logo would be pretty cool, so they're gonna implement that in. And the main thing that they fixed was the bushings. The bushings are way too soft. Even though I tighten them down, it still feels nice and comfortable to ride, but you cannot sit and hold max speed at all times. It just feels uncomfortable like after like 26 or 27 miles an hour. So they listened to us. Now we're getting 97A in the back, all four, and we're getting 4 all new ones up in the front, 95A. So the boards that are shipping out to you guys that are gonna place your orders once it's live at the end of July, you guys are gonna be getting the new design on the grip tape, and you're also gonna get black motors, they're not gonna be red, and then you're gonna get the stiffer bushings all the way around, so it's gonna feel way better at high speeds. So after doing those flybys on this street right here, it's nice that we have a handle because I don't have any room to maneuver in this little area. I'd have to be going off to the side. So the fact that this handle's on here, now you can just grab it and you can basically just move the skateboard and go the other direction. So having the handle is very nice once you install it, but it is not installed when you get the skateboard. Keep in mind with the handle though, something you guys might have not thought about, and I didn't think about it either. My shred mounts that were flat would not let this fit because they would not slide on. They would actually hit this. So I had to get extended ones that push the shred lights farther out from the handle, and the handle couldn't go up here anyway. It actually has to go back here. Not a big deal, but something to think about when you get the skateboard on how you're gonna set it up. So after riding the EOVan GTS Super and then my X-Way Atlas, WOWGO had another board they sent me, the 2S Max. I will say that this is the smoothest board I've been on to date in the last year. It's comfortable. The only thing you might notice is a little bit of like bumpiness like this. It's not really bumpiness, it's just kind of like a waterbed almost because the deck flexes so much and you got the air tires on here, so you kind of feel like you're kind of, you know, going up and down. It's not like a stiff deck like the EOVan we had. But talking about the other skateboards real quick, I wanted to let you guys know that this is the smoothest acceleration I've ever felt too. Now there's a slight delay on the remote when you're moving it. Not a big deal, it's just something you gotta get used to if you're coming from other skateboards that really have like a punch to it as soon as you barely like flick your thumb on the remote. But for the most part, it's not bad at all. It's just something you gotta get used to. But the acceleration curve coming up to top speed is nice and gradual. It's not gonna throw you off the skateboard or anything. It's very comfortable. It's a very safe skateboard to ride. So I was thinking the other day when I was gonna go on a group ride with my buddies, and they're like, hey, you gonna bring your skateboard? And I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna bring my skateboard. And I was like, damn, which one do I wanna take? Do I wanna take a faster one that's less comfortable and gets better range? Or do I want to take this one, which gets less range than that skateboard, but it's more comfortable and I won't be killing myself on the group ride with my feet and all that stuff? And I think on a group ride that's short and not very, very long, I would take this skateboard all day long because it is fantastic. I don't get fatigue in my feet. I feel very nice and comfortable. It's nice and smooth. I can let people ride it and not worry about it. And I'm also getting decent range out of it, and it's so comfortable. Like what I just hit right now, that would have hurt on the other skateboard because the wheels are smaller and the deck just does not flex whatsoever. So I've definitely been taking this for short group rides, but if I had to take a long group ride, then I would basically be taking something else. All right guys, so I have found the perfect hill to put it in turbo mode, come up this hill, and let's see how the skateboard does, and I'll tell you the mile per hour as we're coming up. I don't know how steep this hill is, but it's probably the steepest hill I've ever done on a skateboard. All right, so we're in turbo mode, let's go. We're doing 18 miles an hour, 20 miles an hour, 22 miles an hour. Oh yeah, I just trucked up that thing, no problem. Not bad at all. All right, this is max speed. 31 miles per hour. After I tighten the trucks, it's not that bad, but trust me, when you get your skateboard in order, it's gonna come with better bushings. Be a lot more stable. All right, let's see how it does on terrain like this. Now, I'm not gonna be hauling ass or going very fast, but I'm very curious to see how the skateboard's gonna do on this. This is a lot of soft sand though, so it's not ideal. My buddy Michael would love to do this type of stuff. He loves dirt. I'm still getting used to it, but hey, it's still doing it. If you got the all-terrain tires when you ordered this skateboard, then hey, it's definitely gonna do it. All right, let's chuck it up this dirt hill right here and see how well we do. It looks like it's kind of soft. Oh, it's definitely soft. You can see the tires kind of going into the dirt. Oh, man, is it going up this hill still? That's awesome. It's a whole different feeling when you get a skateboard out on the dirt. It's pretty fun. One thing I've noticed about the brakes coming down stuff like this is that they don't completely stop you. So that's something you're looking for a skateboard to do. It will not stop you on a hill like that. All right, so I gotta show you the braking on this thing. Woo! Got a little bounce going. All right, so braking is nice and smooth. We're doing 22 miles an hour. Stop at this. See if you notice how the skateboard stops. It's very gradual. It doesn't lock up. I was 100% on the brake all the way back. It still stops pretty good. Right at the very last, like 2 or 3 miles per hour, you can literally see that it jolted and stopped dead in its tracks. So you gotta be careful on that. But for the most part, it's gonna stop you. But I will say that it doesn't stop as good as some other skateboards that I have been on. But still, again, nice and smooth with the Hobby Wing ESC, so just keep that in mind. The speed limit says 30, so I'm on it. I'm doing 31, I'm maxed out still. And we're following this Tesla. We're going just as fast as the cars. Now that we're right at the end of the video, I feel like now I gotta go over price and tell you if the skateboard is worth it or not. So let me go to the section, stop, pull over, and we'll talk about it. All right, so let's get to talking. First, I want to let you guys know, you probably can't see that display, but we did 8 miles exactly, and we are down 2 battery bars, so we have 3 battery bars left. I have been in turbo mode the whole entire time when I came back to the park after putting these lights and the handle on there. So not too bad. Obviously, like, this isn't gonna be a board that you take out to do a big old range, you know, trip on it or something like that. But it does get better range than the old AT2 skateboard, which I am happy about. They also gave us more power than we wanted on the last AT2. That's pretty much what everybody asked for. They just wanted more power and more range. That's really all they wanted because the AT2 was so good by itself already. And I feel like this is an all-around great skateboard. I've always felt that way about the WOWGO AT2. I actually purchased my first AT2 myself because I liked it so much. I heard great reviews about it. This skateboard is going to be here to stay. And what I mean by that is this skateboard is going to be ridden and reviewed by many people for years to come, just like the other AT2 is. So this is a hot skateboard on the market right now that just got released, which you can go pick up, which I want to tell you the price right now. If you get the 2-in-1, which is the 175 and the 120 millimeter wheels, it is $13.49. And then if you only get it with 175 millimeter wheels, the ones that we're rocking right now, it is $12.29. And trust me guys, that is a way better price than what it was originally intended to sell for last month when it was supposed to be released. But all of us talked to WOWGO and they actually listened to us. I am very happy with how WOWGO handles things. They actually listen to the creators and we basically told them, hey, this needs to be tweaked, that needs to be tweaked. That's a great company if they're gonna listen to us. I even told them the price of it was too high and I felt like they needed to lower the old WOWGO AT2 down and put this one a little lower in its place, but obviously put it higher than the old model. But anyways, on that note, I think it's worth the buy. It's a great skateboard, not that pricey, especially if you just want one set of wheels. So go check them out, go to their website. You can use my code XXXRIDER, R-I-D-E-R, and you guys can save some money in checkout and have some fun with these skateboards and tell them I sent you. So hopefully you guys like the review. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.